Hi everyone, and welcome to DIY Mummy's Minute, making budget-friendly crafts. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Now plug in those glue guns and let's get started. Today we are going to be making front porch mats, and this is going to be a layered mat. I'll have a bottom layer and a top layer, and I'm going to be using my Cricut to create the stencil for this mat. So the supplies that you will need for your bottom layer of the mat, we're going to be using placemats. So I picked up 2 sets of 2. You could do that, or you could do 4 of the same placemats. And I got these at Dollarama. 2 of the placemats were $2.50 and the other 2 were $1.25, so really budget friendly. For the top layer, I will be using a hallway mat. It's a big roll, and I just paid $4 for it. Same thing, it was at Dollarama, and I could actually probably get 3 top mats out of it, so I thought it was really budget friendly, and I think it's going to work great. For my stencil, I'm going to be using the removable black vinyl. You're also going to need some scissors, a measuring tape, your glue gun, glue sticks, and I got some chalk, white chalk paint, and a foam brush. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut my top layer of my mat. So I have the runner laid out, and in order to get the perfect size, I'm just going to use a current mat that I already have. I actually purchased it at Dollarama for $4. It's super cute. It was a trick-or-treating mat. So I'm just going to lay this down and I'm going to use it for size. Once you have your mat cut out, you can then go ahead and use your Cricut and your Space Design to create a stencil that you want, and then we'll go ahead and apply it onto our top layer of our layered mats. To create the stencil, we're going to be using Design Space, so you'll open that up, and I'm going to have 2 words on my stencil. One will be hello, and the next word will be pumpkin. So I'm creating 2 text boxes, one with each word. So hello, I like the basic text or the basic font. Pumpkin, I want to make it a little more fancy, so I'm going to click on pumpkin and change the font, and the font I'll be using for that is called Annie Lou. I've used the Annie Lou font before in one of my decorative pillows videos, so go check it out. I'll put the link down below. So once you have your lettering, you're then going to want to add your mat to the background. So to do this, you're going to click on Shapes on the left-hand side. You're then going to click on the square, and then you're going to add the size of your mat. So that's up at the top. You're going to want to measure your mat. My mat size was 60 centimeters wide and 45.5 for the height. And just a tip, at the very top there's a little lock. You need to unlock it just by clicking on it, and that will allow you to change that shape to a rectangle. So the next step is just designing the mat. So you're going to pull your lettering onto the mat and figure out where you want it. So if you add your lettering onto the mat and you can no longer see the lettering, that means your mat is in the front. So you need to put the mat in the back. In order to do that, just click on your mat, and then you're going to go to the top and click Arrange, and you're going to send that mat to the back. So then your lettering is in the front. Once your mat is placed in the back, you can then go ahead and view your lettering. So you can pull them onto the mat and you can actually see them. So once you can see them, you can adjust the size and arrange them how you want this stencil to look. You're then gonna go ahead and weld the 2 together. And you wanna do this because you're just making one stencil. So you're gonna highlight both of them, and then you're going to go ahead and click Weld. And this makes the one stencil. You're then going to want to change the shape of the mat to surround your wording. And you're doing this because you don't want to waste your vinyl. So you're just going to take the mat and make it small enough, or as small as you can get it, just surrounding your words. And then that is going to be the size of your vinyl. So my piece of vinyl will be 29 centimeters. by 22 centimeters. And that way I'm maximizing my vinyl. So the next step to create your stencil is just to select both the mat and the lettering. So you're going to highlight them both. And then once you do that, you're going to go to the lower left-hand corner and you're going to select Slice. You're then going to remove the top layer of the Hello Pumpkin and the bottom layer of the Hello Pumpkin, and you're going to have your stencil. So you can go ahead and just exit both of the Hello Pumpkins because we won't need those, and you have your stencil already created. Once your stencil's created, you can then go ahead and click Make It. And the next screen is going to show you the size of your vinyl. So you're going to want to go ahead and cut your vinyl and get it prepared on your mat. You're then going to want to adjust your Cricut to the right setting. So I have my setting on vinyl and my arrows are flashing so I can weed that mat in. Once your mat is weeded in, you can then go ahead and press your C button if it's flashing and it will begin to cut. When your cut is completed, you can then go ahead and press the arrow button again and that will remove your mat. You can then start weeding out your letters and creating your stencil. Once you have your stencil weeded, you can then go ahead and apply it to your top mat. So in order to do this, you're going to cover the stencil with transfer paper, remove it from the backing, and then you're going to transfer it onto the mat. You can then take your acrylic paint and using your foam brush, you can go over the stenciling. So I just kind of dabbed the paint on, and I did need to apply 2 to 3 layers to get my desired look. Set this aside and we'll let it dry, and we'll go ahead and make our bottom layer. For the bottom layer, it's very easy. All you're going to do is just take your 4 placemats and hot glue them together. Now we can remove our stencil and we can put our mat together. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more DIY fun.